Happening now, vaccinations hit 46,000 in Chautauqua County, the latest on efforts to roll out more doses. Plus, more on the process to fill late Councilwoman James's seat.
Well, I know some of you enjoyed that rain we had yesterday, but is there going to be any more to give you more to quench the thirst? I'll tell you about it next as the news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
Over the past month, more than 26,000 people living in Chautauqua County have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. According to the updated numbers on the state's COVID-19 vaccine tracker, now over 46,000 residents, that's 37% of the total population here, are vaccinated with at least one dose. More than 29,000 people, 23% of county residents, are now fully vaccinated. In Cattaraugus County, 30% of the population, that's 23,000 people, have received their first dose of the vaccine. Regionally, 496,000 people across western New York are vaccinated. This as the region's COVID-19 positivity rate remains the highest statewide. The 7-day average now sits at 4.9%, that up from Friday. Chautauqua County's positivity rate is now 2.6%. Well, as new cases of COVID-19 surge in some states, leaders are begging for a surge in vaccines. But as Britt Conway reports, the White House is staying the course and sticking with its current vaccine distribution plan.
In Michigan, state leaders and health experts are all making the same plea as they watch more and more people test positive for COVID-19.
Think about surging vaccines into the state of Michigan.
I think getting vaccine shots in arms is our ultimate defense.
Make the case for surging vaccines.
We are asking for more help, for more vaccines.
Some national health experts are rallying behind them.
We've got to be able to do this when there are surges.
We need to get in the habit of trying to surge resources into those hotspots.
And Michigan is a hotspot. COVID-19 positivity rates haven't been this high here since the start of the pandemic, and hospitalizations are nearing peak levels. Governor Gretchen Whitmer is urging high schools to go remote, youth sports to pause, and people to skip indoor dining for at least the next 2 weeks. And a White House official tells CNN President Joe Biden told Whitmer the administration will send an additional 160 government personnel to help out with vaccinations, but no promise of more vaccines.
We have to make sure we're doing this in an equitable way, in a fair way, and the way that we have been doing this is by adult population. We have to continue to push forward, making sure that we're getting as many people as possible vaccinated.
But Whitmer says she'll continue pushing too.
And I'm going to continue to fight for the people of Michigan.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Britt, thank you. New data shows that adverse reactions to the COVID vaccine are extremely rare. The U.S. Department of Health says as of April 2nd, fewer than 1 in 28,000 people who received a COVID shot have had serious adverse reactions. That's less than 0.004%. Well, a Fredonia man recently announced his candidacy for Chautauqua County Clerk. David Sally says he'll be running as a Democrat against incumbent Republican Larry Barmore. Sally is a computer science professional, which he says will help him in a variety of areas that the county oversees. The candidate is a 30-year experienced amateur historian with membership in the Society for Creative Anchorism. He says he looks forward to working with the county historian if elected. Sally is a lifelong Western New York resident and has lived in Fredonia since 2000. Well, Jamestown Mayor Eddie Sundquist will be announcing his nomination for the city's 3rd Ward council seat that is vacated following the untimely death of Councilwoman Victoria James. The mayor's office sent out a release last week saying that Sundquist will be joined by Jamestown woman Regina Brackman. Brackman appears to be the candidate who will replace James on the ballot this fall. Sundquist declined to name his nominee when reached by phone this morning. The mayor, however, explains that the process into naming James's replacement was challenging considering the circumstances.
I think it's a really really difficult thing to do, having lost our sitting council member, Vicki James, only a few weeks ago. But we do need to continue her legacy and the great work that an individual that's been in that Ward 3 seat over many years have been bringing to the residents of that ward and to all the residents of the city.
Our Matt Hummel will be at that presser this afternoon, and will continue to provide coverage both online and here on air. Thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. We appreciate you tuning in this Monday afternoon. It's good to see Mary, good to see Ed, Scott, Patricia, Willie, and Sarah. Good afternoon to you too. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments down below. Well, now let's switch gears a bit and get a first check of our weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter standing by live in studio. With that, happy Monday to you, Dakota.
Happy Monday, Justin, and happy Monday to all of you. Yeah, I mean, the weekend actually wasn't all that bad, kind of considering, but we really needed that rain yesterday. But man, look at this shot over Findlay Lake. We've actually seen the clouds kind of roll in a little bit and a little bit of drizzle at times. 52 right now in Findlay Lake. And here's the radar showing you these little spurts of showers that have been moving through this morning. And again, expect more of this as we go through the day today, and especially early tonight. We'll see the return of some more rain showers and maybe even a couple rumbles of thunder, but it's all needed rain. Again, we're in a drought condition here, so we all need this rain. Look at this batch of rain that's actually moving in an interesting direction, east to west. Mostly our weather flows west to east, and that's ultimately due to a low pressure system that we're ultimately being wrapped up in. 65 was the high yesterday, 10 degrees above the average for this time of the year. 81 and 17 are the record highs and lows set at the Jamestown airport on this day. So through the afternoon, mostly cloudy to complete overcast, spotty drizzle possible, increases to rain showers later this afternoon. Overall seasonable 52 to 58 with a southwest wind. Now tomorrow should be a mainly dry day. Then we get into some more rain towards the end of the week. But how's the temperatures looking? I'll tell you about it in detail with that 42 degrees and sunny 7-day forecast coming up later in the show. Justin.
All right, Dakota, certainly everybody looking forward to that, because I hope we have more spring on the way.
We'll see.
You'll keep us updated. Thank you. Well, there's no doubt the pandemic has changed how much time many of us spend behind a screen as we work, and even in some cases learn and attend virtual events. So in turn, our reliance on reliable internet has really grown over the last year. New York State Capitol correspondent Karina Capabianca with more on who qualifies for a new state law that aims to help provide affordable internet as low as $15 a month in some cases.
Within about 60 days, internet service providers in New York State must offer affordable plans to low-income households. The cap is $15 per month, including taxes and fees for a basic plan, or $20 for a plan with greater download speeds. To qualify, the household must be eligible for the National School Lunch Program, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, Medicaid, the Senior Citizen Rent Increase Exemption, the Disability Rent Increase Exemption, or is a recipient of an affordability benefit from a utility. While the Alliance for Quality Education had sought completely free internet for low-income families, the organization says they're happy to see this provision in the budget.
We are thinking that remote learning, particularly for students and teachers, remote learning for some is not going to go away anytime soon, especially in light of the uncertainty around coronavirus and how quick vaccinations can curb yet another wave.
Bill Ferris with AARP New York says the measure will also benefit older New Yorkers to help connect them with their families and healthcare professionals virtually. He also says the Public Service Commission is being required to examine and map broadband in the state.
If you have a low income benefit for internet access and it really doesn't exist in your area, it doesn't really serve the purpose of the intent of the legislature. So these proposals go hand in hand. Find out where it is and then make it affordable.
The state is also partnering with Schmidt Futures and the Ford Foundation to provide free internet to about 50,000 students in economically disadvantaged areas through June of 2022. In Albany, Karina Capabianca.
Karina, thank you. Last week, Jamestown Mayor Eddie Sundquist announced he's eyeing some of the federal COVID relief money to study implementing a municipal broadband internet service in our area that could provide free or reduced cost internet to those in need. Well, U.S. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand is calling for an investigation into potentially harmful food additives. Gillibrand, in a letter to the U.S. Drug Administration, following the study from the Environmental Working Group last week. That study found that the drug TBHQ can be found in products such as Pop-Tarts, Rice Krispie treats, and Cheez-Its. The group says the additive could be harmful to the body's immune system. Gillibrand now urging the FDA to consider new science when determining the safety and potential health effects of that food additive. Specifically, the senator wants a complete and thorough review of the safety of TBHQ and other food chemicals that may harm the immune system. Next here, how many years a Salamanca man will spend behind bars for breaking his parole? And later, with some movie theaters reopening, we are checking out what's hot at the box office right now. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues on this Monday afternoon.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
Honest John's has what you're looking for. When you want it good, we're gonna give you lots more.
From freshly made subs to the best of pizza and wings, Honest John's has what you're looking for. And now 2 great locations, East 2nd Street and Fairmount Avenue. Order takeout or delivery today online at honestjohns.pizza.
You're gonna get it good at Honest John's.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvanna Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Every cookie sold in the Girl Scout Cookie Program helps girls learn lifelong lessons in people skills, decision making, money management, goal setting, and business ethics. It's amazing how much you can learn from a cookie. The Girl Scout Cookie Program. Think outside the box.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. A 24-year-old Machete wielding Jamestown man is behind bars following a domestic dispute over the weekend. Jamestown police say Angel Figueroa was taken into custody at a Barrett Avenue address early Sunday morning. It's alleged Figueroa, while armed with a machete, prevented anyone from leaving that location. Figueroa police say had an active order to stay away from the residence and the victim who lived there. Well, a Salamanca man could spend up to 4 years in state prison after he was sentenced for a probation violation last week. The county district attorney's office says 25-year-old Vernon Reynolds was arrested and sentenced on Friday. The sentencing, which was handed down by County Court Judge Stephen Cass, calls for Reynolds to spend 1/3 to 4 years in state prison. The sentencing follows Reynolds' guilty plea of a second-degree attempted assault charge. Well, Congress is returning to Washington following its Easter break, and lawmakers have a full agenda. As John Lawrence reports, among the top priorities on the to-do list is the Biden's White House's infrastructure bill and gun control legislation.
A bipartisan group of lawmakers meets with President Biden Monday to discuss the administration's infrastructure plan, which focuses on various areas from road construction to child care and fiber lines for broadband internet.
All of these things are infrastructure because infrastructure is the foundation that allows us to go about our lives. But, if there are Senate Republicans who don't agree, we can agree to disagree on what to call it. I'm still going to ask you to vote for it.
But some Republicans have concerns about the package's $2 trillion price tag.
The National Association of Manufacturers has said that we will probably lose over 1 million jobs if this is enacted. And you are certainly going to see, in addition to the corporate tax increases in the bill, you'll see middle-class tax increases.
Gun control is also a hot topic for Congress, coming on the heels of several mass shootings and President Biden's executive actions that include restrictions on some weapons and stronger regulations.
Gun violence in this country is an epidemic, and it's an international embarrassment.
Biden says these actions will not violate the right to bear arms, but some, including GOP Senator Kevin Cramer, says the president is undermining the Constitution. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
John, thank you. An infrastructure plan can be passed through Congress with a simple majority, but gun control and immigration, another issue lawmakers will be tackling, cannot. An online gambling site is looking to hire a baseball fan who really likes hot dogs. The casino review site Bonus Finder says it needs someone to be its MLB professional food taster. The chosen individual will get paid $500 to eat hot dogs and watch baseball games at major league stadiums. You have to live in North America and at least be 21 years or older for the position. You also have to love baseball, enjoy games, and be able to critique the quality and complexity of a hot dog. If you think you can handle that, you can apply for the job on Bonus Finder's website. Applications will be accepted through May 2nd. A winner will be selected on May 5th. Interesting. I like hot dogs, but not baseball that much. Let us know what you think about that and more in the comments down below. Dakota, I know our Rory Palero, he loves baseball, and I'm pretty sure he likes hot dogs. I mean, who doesn't?
Mm-hmm. Hey, batter. Hey, batter.
Really, I mean, that sounds like it. It doesn't say how many you have to eat, which I imagine as long as you taste one, you could probably get a pretty good idea. I wonder what they're going to do with the data.
I have been known to knock off about 6 Johnny's hot dogs in a setting.
Oh, really? Well, hey, you know what? They must love you.
That's part of the reason why, I haven't been as thin as I was back when I first started doing the weather back in the Civil War era.
That's all right. Everybody's got it. They have that one thing that, I mean, it gets you. And I think when you look at food, you could be doing worse things, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then this summer, I mean, there's always the ability to walk downtown Jamestown. I mean, it's a nice time to get out and get moving. I know sometimes you walk around in the halls of WNY News Now. Pre-COVID, it might have been a little easier to do that than others. You're out there with the mask on. Yeah, exactly. But weather-wise, the next couple of days, I don't know if it's going to be really a great time for people to get out. I still like the warmth that we're having, but it does seem like we have some rain in our future.
Yes, and it's well-needed rain, so don't be sending the hate mail because this is all rain we need here, folks. And yesterday, I know a lot of you on Sunday, you want the sun on Sunday and to enjoy the last day of the weekend.
Real quick.
But
I just want to, Dave says those are rookie numbers for Johnny's dogs.
Oh.
Rookie number.
Okay.
How many do you have, Dave?
Yeah,
Let
how
us
many
know.
do you have? Drop in the comments down below. I'd like to hear that. But I've been known to do about 6 in a sitting. So anyway, almost 3/4 of an inch of rain yesterday. That actually helped to knock our deficit down a little bit. But we're still almost 2 inches below normal rainfall for the season. And we definitely need more rain here. Newest update to the Drought Monitor that was published last Thursday shows you that they've extended this moderate drought condition through much of western New York and then extending into central New York as well. So we really need the rain. We're dry around here. And how much rain are we picking up at least over the next 24 hours? A little bit here. We'll looking at about anywhere from about 1/10 of an inch to up to almost a 1/4 of an inch in some spots. Maybe once you work up towards the Niagara frontier, up towards Buffalo, you could see a little bit more, but not a whole lot of rain, at least over the next 48 hours or so. But there's going to be a little bit more rain to go through later this week. 52 is a noon hour right now. Lots of clouds around downtown with a south wind of 13. We got a wind gust of 16, and we do have a wind chill index out there, and the wind chill is feeling more like the upper 40. So the radar right now shows you these little spurts of showers that have been moving through. These are just isolated little showers across the western section, of the southern tier, coming up into Cassadaga, Brockton, coming up into Fredonia. This is just the wind farm that's right there. That's the wind turbines. And then going down into Warren County, coming up into Tidiute, you've got a little bit of a rain shower that's moving to the north. And this is all in association with several low pressure areas. There's one directly across the region. There's one off the northeast coast. So we're all wrapped up in this flow around the lows, but you can see a little bit of a break in the high pressure down there. That's where we're going to ultimately see a little bit of clearing, but I don't think full sunshine. Here's Future Scan painting the idea for you of these scattered to isolated showers through the afternoon. It's not going to be raining everywhere, and then it's going to continue through the evening tonight. And then as we go through the overnight, we will see a few at least a chance for a few spotty showers. You see the model popping them up here. So again, that will be a possibility, and especially through the day tomorrow, even though tomorrow should be mainly dry with a sun and cloud mix, I think more clouds than sunshine, but there will be a chance for at least to spew a few spotty showers tomorrow. So 41 to 46 overnight tonight, evening showers, taper to spot showers overnight, and then watch out for some patchy fog setting up in the River Valley areas with a light wind. Now, well, hit the wrong button, but it should be coming up the next 7 days of your life. There it comes, brought to you by 42 degrees and sunny. 60 tomorrow, partial sunshine, isolated shower Wednesday. And again, our best chance of rain after today is going to be Thursday, with temperatures go back down into the upper 40s. Maybe a chance for a shower Friday, and then the weekend, maybe a chance for a shower each day, but temperatures right around where they should be for this time of the year. We'll take a break and be right back.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by 42 Degrees and Sunny, smoking deals on smoking accessories. Learn more at 42degreesandsunny.com. That's 42degreesandsunny.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Slow down. Slow down and move over. Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights. Vests.
please give us some room.
Slow down. Slow down and move over. When you need help,
It's our job
to help you.
to save you.
Despite the danger.
This danger.
This danger is real. Do your part.
Please
Slow down. Slow down. And move over.
move over.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
It's not just what we say, it's what we do.
Local first. It isn't just our slogan. It's our mindset every single day. So whether you're watching our daily live streams or staying up to date with reports on our website and mobile app, you'll always see the same attention to detail from reporters who passionately care about our community, who have one goal in mind: to always put the facts first.
For me, it's more than just getting the forecast right. What I love the most about my job is that I come into work every day to help break down the weather, letting people know how this is going to impact their day. We take pride that First Defense Weather is the only local weather team in the southern tier. We don't just copy and paste our weather from outside sources. Every part of our forecast is handmade right here in-house, something our team really takes pride in.
What matters to you matters to us. Every story, every day. WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Yeah, Hey, welcome back to WNY News Now. Finally here today, as more people head back to the movie theaters, one major tentpole nabbed the new title of the highest grossing film since the coronavirus pandemic started. Rick Damigella with more on what's popular flicks are showing and streaming right now.
We are overloaded. Sci-fi thriller Voyagers debuted in 5th place with $1.3 million. Raya and the Last Dragon held strong in 4th place, bringing in an additional $2.1 million and pushing its domestic total over the $35 million mark.
I have read several libraries worth on the supernatural.
Horror flick The Unholy fell 1 spot to 3rd place with $2.4 million.
For 12 years, I worked for some very dangerous people.
The Bob Odenkirk-led Nobody rose back up to 2nd place, taking in $2.6 million.
She had nowhere to go, so I made a promise to protect her.
Godzilla vs. Kong remained the weekend's top draw, raking in $13.4 million from Friday through Sunday. At $69 million total since its release, the actioner has now become the top-grossing film since the pandemic began. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
All right, Rick, thank you. Godzilla vs. Kong is also playing on HBO Max, which is part of the Warner Media family. Certainly a lot of ways that we can get connected with movies now, Dakota. I think that's really going to be the big battle going forward, it seems like. Once theaters reopen, are people going to go back to them, or are they going to just stay home, pop their own popcorn, and watch it on TV?
Well, you see, people were already doing that pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
So, I think, I do think there's going to be a surge of people going back to theaters.
Yeah.
I think initially because there's going to be the hype of, hey, the theaters are open again, let's go back in and experience a theater. And who knows, maybe maybe the pandemic will change it where we are going to see more people willing to go to the theater, because when the theaters were closed, it just wasn't an option anymore. Be like, hey, babe, do you want to go to the theater tonight?
Right.
And, it's not going to be one of those anymore where it's like, hey, we have the theater, they're open now, maybe we should take advantage of it instead of kind of pushing it off to the wayside, maybe.
Right, and I think that's part of the experience of the movies, right, is going, we were talking about this last week when Claire previewed the Reg's movie lineup. The movie at the Reg's, Regulin A is now reopened, and I think that's part of the fun, is you go to the theater, you get the soda, you get the popcorn, you're in the seats, and in some cases, a lot of people have home theater systems. They got the surround, they got the big 72-inch TVs. Even bigger now, probably. And it's like it's not so much that, but just the experience of actually going back to the movies. Let us know what you guys think about that in the comments down below, because I think it will be interesting to see what happens. I'm looking forward to at least checking out some of the newer releases, and also just like the movie at the Reg series, just seeing some of the more acclaimed movies here on the big screen, going out for the night on the town. It's something that I really, really missed over the last year. So I think it will be cool to check out. And a lot of people, as we've been talking about this, and I think it's more nationally, the debate for getting kids back in school, where we've already had kids back in school here in Western New York, in many cases, especially more rural area. I know Ripley schools, for example, their kids have been back pretty much throughout all of this, and I see it every morning and every night, Dakota. Those big yellow transport buses, they're out there and on the roads.
Yep, they are. So here's the school bus forecast for tomorrow morning, since obviously this week the kids, at least here in Jamestown, are back from I think they had 1 week off for spring break.
Yeah,
so 44 degrees. Off to school tomorrow morning. There will be a chance for a spotty shower in the morning. Then as they're heading home at around 3 o'clock, partial sunshine, around 60 degrees. But again, there could be a spotty shower, and the winds will also come up through the day as well. Southwest 15 to 25 miles per hour, Justin.
All right, Dakota, real quick before we go, Dave says he stops counting at 10 for his Johnny's dogs. Wow, yeah. That's a good amount of dogs, Jake.
I don't know about 10.
I'm proud of that number. That's a good number. How many dogs do they eat with that Salem's competition?
Let's not even discuss that.
Oh,
no.
gosh. They dip them in water. How is that enjoyable?
You see, it's not so much the fact how many they eat, it's how fast they eat it.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Why would you make a pig of yourself on national television?
It's puke-worthy. Hey, it was the only real sport. Remember? They had it last year.
Yeah, that's
true. It was
true,
exciting.
But I don't know.
Hey, that's going to do it for us today. News 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We're back tomorrow. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in.